So today we're reviewing
Pacific Rim.
So Pacific Rim is about a portal that opens in the Pacific Ocean, and monsters come out of it and start terrorizing the world. And humanity tries to fight back with nukes and stuff, but it doesn't work right because it infects the water. And so we create giant robots to fight them. That's basically the premise of the movie.
It was definitely a cool concept. I mean, it's not anything that was done before. Like, this was a brand new thing that going into it, I wasn't really into his movies like I am now, so I can't really remember trailers or anything. But it was definitely, I really liked it. I mean, I went in going expecting like a monster movie, and at this point there really wasn't any good monster movies before that.
Yeah,
Besides,
not really many big ones.
Yeah, there really wasn't anything. So I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, I had big expectations for this because I remember watching a bunch of trailers and TV spots, and I was like really excited for this. I remember watching trailers and stuff.
I really can't remember it.
And I didn't really know exactly what was going on. Like, there's one kaiju that was like growling in the trailer, and I thought that was gonna be like the biggest one, but I definitely like this movie. So starting out with positives, what do you got?
Definitely for a movie that was brand new and like wasn't done before, and you didn't really know what exactly it was about. They made it pretty simple from the beginning when they kind of said what the storyline was. Like, there was a portal.
They said,
like how they came in.
What it means.
Yeah, so really, I mean, you really couldn't be confused at this. I mean, you kind of, it really explains everything perfectly for a movie that you don't need to have it be that. I mean, it's not going to make sense. It's a monster movie, so I wasn't expecting for like logic situations. And I'm also, from our perspectives, when we go into these kind of movies, I'm not looking for like Academy Award winning performances and stuff like that. So I kind of like to have characters like being over the top, like in specifically like Jurassic World, the Hoskins character, like characters like that I like. And then this one, it was just, I mean you can say cheesy, I mean it's just a good fight scene. Just compared to like Transformers and stuff like that, like it gives you, I mean from what I can think of, like I liked all the fight sequences. I think there's probably 4 or 5 different, I guess, fights. I guess.
Yeah. There's 3 really big ones. There's the battle with the knife head at the beginning,
and they really do give a backstory to some of the characters. I mean, the one character you're following, which is supposedly something that a lot of people didn't like. I mean, from the beginning you see he lost his brother, and he kind of went off, and he comes back, and
I don't know why people didn't like him.
Yeah, the leader. He kind of has like a backstory. You didn't know that he saved that girl, and that's how he. So him. So I mean, there really is a lot more character development than you would think. I mean, people are going to ignore it because it's not focusing on that, which I wouldn't want a movie like this to focus on that. But no, I thought the kaiju, I mean, everything looked real. There was no bad CGI I can remember.
The action in this movie none of it is too close, which is what I'm worried about with the new Pacific Rim. Is that hopefully the action, like, because in Pacific Rim, all the action's from far away. You see the punches and they just happen. It's like all far away. You can see it all happen. So I'm hoping in the next one they don't do that, at least too much. I'd be fine with a little bit of it, but as long as the action is kind of far away like this, I'll be happy. But I'm totally getting off on a tangent. But the fight scenes are really good. There's definitely some really cool shots of the Jaegers, like Striker Eureka and freaking Gypsy Danger going into the portal area at the end. It's definitely a really good scene.
It really does what Transformers has been doing wrong since the first one, which I like the first Transformers, even though there's things I wish they would have changed, but this, it doesn't do stupid stuff like Transformers. It's like, yeah, there's humor in it, but not stupid over-the-top humor that's not funny. Like, I just thought they went for one tone, they kept through that tone the rest of the movie, and I'm glad that they're finally getting a sequel, because I think these movies need to be, I don't know how they make that much money.
It didn't do good in the U.S., but it did good in, like, China and that. But
it's kind of surprising.
What was your favorite, Jaeger and kaiju for the movie? I never can go into negatives, but they really don't have many.
I guess my favorite would probably be the one that didn't last very long. Got
the Russian one.
The Russian one.
Oh yeah, Sherman Alpha.
Just the way it had, it didn't really do too well in that fight.
Yeah, that's really. It's like the movie's only so long, but I do wish they could have shown. That's one negative, I guess, we just brought up. It's like certain Jaegers. Certain Jaegers didn't get as much screen time, but I know you can't. If you had as much screen time for every one of them, you'd have a 10-hour movie.
You hear him say like how many kills they've had, so obviously you assume they're good. At the fact that they've like survived through this whole time, but just to kind of just see some of them get taken out. Like the first time you see, I guess 2 of them actually go out to like fight, they get destroyed immediately, which
Well, I wish they would have done like Striker Eureka. They showed that one clip of him knocking one out. If they could have shown that for Crimson
They could have
Typhoon,
just had
shown him
one
Alpha,
get
then
killed there, and then save another one to get killed maybe in that final fight sequence.
I mean, obviously there's cartoonish characters, which didn't bother me in the movie that much. I mean, honestly, coming out of this movie, I'm trying to think my issues were really just...
There's just not... I'm not looking at this movie like... I mean, the negatives are not that much. Like, it didn't affect my score. And then I guess one positive that compared to the Godzilla, which we'll review when we get into that series leading up to Godzilla 2, was... Like, I like Godzilla a lot, but they cut away from a lot of fight sequences till the end. In this one, I don't think it ever really did that.
I really can't think of any other negatives, because there's some really good characters, like Idris Elba's character, which, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen this movie, you clearly don't care, but Idris Elba's character sacrificed himself, Stacker Pentecost sacrificed himself in the end, which I thought was really a really good, like, way to go out. And the fact that
it's leading up, that's going to play a role in this next one, because apparently
they better...
With John Boyega's character, that's his son.
Yeah, they better have some, like, emotional thing at the end, like, where if he's, like, almost dying, then he thinks about that, because I don't want to just see a picture on the wall with them to, like, actually like, go back to it. Like, a memory they had, because that's definitely a really... That was, like, the best character.
He's really the catalyst of this whole thing, because not only him, the John Boyega character, but the girl is his daughter, basically.
Yeah, and that's another thing. That flashback scene where the crab kaiju's crawling after her.
I guess a negative might be, well, that was a good sequence too. That gives her definitely backstory. That's why when she freaks out the first time, because that was the first time she's went to the drift. But that's gonna be a negative for this next one. I don't know how they're gonna play it off, but the fact that character, the main character from this one, basically, if he's not in it at all, is it Mako?
Yeah, Mako.
So if she... Like, they had a big relationship there. Like, they built it all throughout the movie. Like, that's a big story arc there. If maybe they say he died, I guess they could say that. But if they don't mention him at all, that's got to be a negative. Because, I mean, you just can't... I mean, you didn't have to have him be the main character again.
They just couldn't get him back.
Well, they have to explain it somehow.
So, final scores... I mean, I'm going to have to give this 10 out of 10 because, I mean, as going back to the negatives, I can't really find any negatives. I mean, the action's amazing in this movie. The CGI is amazing. I mean, there's some really good characters, and I just think it's amazing, and I can't wait for the new ones. So, what is your score?
Yeah, for a monster movie, I mean, like we just said, I mean, I didn't really think of any negatives except for what it might do for the next one, so I'd have to give it a 10 out of 10 too, just because I'm judging it off of like a movie, as like an entertaining movie, a monster movie. I mean, there's really nothing about it that I didn't really like, so I can't really give it anything lower than a 10 because none of my negatives, I can't really even remember what I just said were my negatives. So I'm hoping, I know we talked about it in the past, we might make a separate video about it, since it's made by Warner Bros. And Legendary Pictures, which is also the same places that make the Godzilla and Kong universe. I mean, I feel like they have to combine those. It just makes sense because this would fit so well in there, and depending on how this next movie does, I mean, even if it does well, you could still combine it.
I mean, I just think, they announced the name of Godzilla 2 the same exact day, the same exact minute that they announced Pacific Rim.
I know they're building for Kong versus Godzilla, but
after that,
even before that, they could mention like there's portals, so we could just say there's a portal they can go into, and these things can go underwater. So maybe they find a different portal when they go to like that universe.
Yeah, I mean, I just think even if they like want to start,
it just doesn't make any sense. If it was different, so that's why Marvel and DC, that's not gonna happen because it's two different companies. It's just too many copyright issues. With this, it's the same companies. It's the names aren't like copyright like Batman and Captain America like that. So
I mean, they can create whatever robot.
Prediction right now, I think they're gonna combine those at some point. I mean, the director's already said he wants to. He said within 5 to 6 years there will be a Pacific Rim combined with Godzilla universe.
Mark it down.
A quick recap: I gave it a 10 out of 10.
I gave it a 10 out of 10.
And that was our quick review of the first Pacific Rim movie.
The lead up to Pacific Rim Uprising. I think there's only one movie.
Pacific Rim Uprising, which is Pacific Rim 2, comes out this week, which we will be trying to see Thursday and get a review out Friday. That was our quick review of Pacific Rim, and we'll see you guys in the next movie review. Bye, guys.